It's spooky season once again, and I want to do another furry film review. And what better way to combine the two elements than with an old school Scooby Doo movie. If you're curious what movie that will be, hang tight because we're getting right into it. Here we go! Hey there, I'm Kame the Turtle, and you are watching a furry film review. Here I will talk about a furry-related movie that has animals in the main cast, and give you a review at the end of it if I think the movie is brilliant or deserves to get slapped in the face by a fish. And since it is October, I thought what better movie to review than Scooby Doo and the Ghoul School, produced by Warner Brothers Animation in 1988. But since we're dealing with some spooky ghouls, who better to be brought in on this than the one, the only, Candy Jack the Halloween Cat.
Hey, that's me.
Thank you for coming on, Jack.
Thanks for having me.
Before we dive in, tell the audience a bit about yourself.
I am, as you said, I am a spooky Halloween cat. I talk about spooky movies, spooky toys, anything spooky is open to be discussed on my YouTube channel.
If that sounds interesting to you, there'll be a link to his channel in the description below.
I'll know if you click it or not, so you better just do it.
I believe him. So in this one, we find out that Shaggy actually got a job being a gym teacher at an all-girls school. Or what he thinks is an all-girls school.
It really makes sense that he would get a job as a gym teacher because he looks physically fit, really. Like, prime for the job.
At the very least, he's a good runner.
That's true, he's a good runner. Usually running away from things.
We are quickly introduced in the movie to two rival schools. Callaway's military school and Miss Grimwood's school for ghouls. You heard me right, ghouls. Because this is where all the famous monsters and their daughters.
Weird coincidence that they all had daughters.
After Scooby and the gang get to the school, they quickly meet their new students, who are a vampire, a werewolf, a ghost, a mummy, and a Frankenstein's monster. We quickly find out that they're hired on just in time for the annual volleyball game between Miss Grimwood's school versus Callaway. So, Shaggy and Scoop teaches the girls how to limber up.
You can't tell Elsa Frankenteen what to do.
Well, not so much for Elsa. She had to stay nice and stiff.
I find it very interesting that a bunch of monsters needed a couple of out-of-shape characters to teach them how to beat the rival school, but alright, I'm with it, I'll follow along.
And while the ghouls are warming up, we are quickly introduced to the main villain of the movie.
It's Revolta, who is appears to be like a four-armed spider woman of some sort. I'm not entirely sure what she is. She's definitely a creature, and she also has a plant-like monster as her lackey.
Better known as the Crypt Creeper. And for some strange reason, it sounds like Revolta is speaking in an echo chamber.
It makes it spooky.
The ghouls have to match with Callaway and manage to come out on top with a little creative use of their natural abilities. And just in time for the annual Halloween party where the parents come to visit. Oh boy, Shake is so happy right now.
Right, the parents, which are the classic monsters that we are all familiar with. Dracula, Frankenstein, werewolf, mummy, some generic ghost that sounds like Peter Lorre. They're all there.
The fathers are naturally happy that their daughters won, but when they go to leave, they give Shaky a nice little warning. Don't let anything happen to their daughters, or else. Very loving family indeed. After that, Revolta places an idea in Shaky's head to take the ghouls for a jog through the bog, only for her to kidnap them.
Yeah, was this when the brainwashing hypnosis element was introduced?
You are correct on that one.
Right, she is one by one hypnotizing all of the girls to be Revolta's slave, basically.
All because she wants to raise up the next group of monsters to be the most fearsome creatures out there, and not so soft-hearted like their fathers have become.
What aging does? Yeah, I don't know.
So, Scooby and Shaggy breaks in with little help from the boys of Callaway to rescue the ghouls. How they exactly do this? Well, you have to watch the movie to find out for yourself. Alright, that's enough with the synopsis. Turn those peepers this way, so we can get to the actual review bit on if we think the movie is brilliant or deserves to get slapped by a fish. We are reviewing on 3 categories: story, artwork and characters. Jack, how would you describe the story of Ghoul School?
A clustered mess of nonsense.
So pretty much any Scooby Doo episode at the time.
No, I mean, I feel like most Scooby Doo episodes have a formula, simple enough story. I do feel like this one had maybe too many things going on. Like, there's the rival school, which is like one plot line, and then there's Revolta doing whatever she's doing.
Plotline A, plotline B.
Maybe I just wasn't super invested in any of these plot lines, but yeah, it just felt a little all over the place for me.
For me, it felt more like a traditional Scooby Doo episode, where they were going for more humor than anything. Overall, between the story being brilliant or deserves to get slapped by a fish, I'm saying it would deserve to get slapped by a fish, storyline-wise.
I would slap it.
Now for the artwork. This was back before computer animation, so we're talking about traditional 2D animation style. Hand-drawn. Because of this, if they do miss some of their actions when they're moving their mouth, and what they're actually saying, of course that might just be because of whatever I watched it on. However, considering the time period it was done in, it was fairly smooth.
I thought the art looked pretty good. I generally enjoy the aesthetic of these older cartoons, so had no issues with that. In fact, it probably looked better than most episodes of Scooby Doo. Like maybe they put a few more resources into it.
As this was a for TV movie, it was done with a higher tier budget than a standard Scooby Doo episode. And because of that, I want to say the artwork was brilliant. Will you agree with that, Jack?
Yeah, I enjoyed the art style.
Now for the characters. If we break down the major characters of Scooby, Grabby, Shaggy, the Ghouls, and Revolta, the rest of the cast is secondary at best. But let's focus on the Ghouls and Revolta alone for this second. I felt each of the main Ghouls and Revolta had a fleshed out personality, where their own gimmicks stood out.
I was a little half and half on the characters. Some of them were kind of quirky and fun, others maybe a little annoying. Nothing too bad though, they served their purpose.
I can definitely see how characters like Phantasma, aka Phanty the Phantom, could be annoying with her antics.
She was a fun one. I thought that one was fun.
Which character did you find annoying?
Most of them, I don't know, just the Werewolf Girl's a little annoying. I don't know, just a lot of these cartoons have very overdone acting. I don't know, the Ghost Girl is at least kind of silly. Like, it felt natural for that to be over the top.
The one Ghoul that I felt could have got more done was Kame the Mummy.
Maybe, yeah, not a lot was really going on there. Her job was to look cute.
So, I would personally give the character segment a brilliance rating. What about you?
Well, I wouldn't say brilliant, but not atrocious either.
What do you say? The character arc of the segment deserves to get slapped by a fish?
I'll give it a gentle tap. I won't slap it.
So, in my opinion, overall, I think the movie is brilliant. What about you?
I wouldn't say brilliant. Definitely not. Not a movie I would deliberately put on again, but I mean, it's fine. I don't know if you like Scooby Doo or you want to put a Halloween thing on for your kids. It's fine.
Then again, this is more of a nostalgia factor for me than anything. If I was to watch this movie for the first time ever, it might deserve to get slapped by a fish. Even taking into account how old it is. But because I've seen it so many times as a kid, it's definitely a nostalgia factor going on.
I can feel that.
Here's a factoid for you. The actress who played the voice of Winnie unfortunately passed away the year this movie came out. However, the character Winnie went on to inspire another werewolf girl and another movie franchise, Hotel Transylvania. And if you want to see a review on that one, you can see that one linked in the card above and the description below. As we are filming this video, Ken Jack's hard at work making an original short movie. You can look up all of Ken Jack's short movies on his channel, linked in the description below.
Yeah, or if you want to watch my short films, those are on my separate channel, Freddy Leprechaun. Your discretion advised. It's a little raunchy at times, but if you're fine with that, that's where I post my short film.
If y'all like what you saw and want more, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell for notifications when my next video airs. Leave a like, maybe a comment, especially what you thought of this movie review. And we shall see y'all next time. Johnny!